Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Message from the President of the United States, I guess.
Good morning, Rabbi Eli Stefansky. Just wanted you to know that we now have full autopilot in the U.S. for your Talmidim, so they can do the daf on the road. Keep up the great work. Love your shir.
If you look closely, he's watching the shir right above the steering wheel. It's not in the large. Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Tu B'Shvat. Today's breakfast is. Okay. It was great seeing you about a month ago. You had asked that I send you a clip of me using Tesla on autopilot. I hope you enjoy. P.S. You're true inspiration to so many people. Inspire everyone to keep on learning Torah. May Hashem give you tons of bracha and atzlacha. Thanks, Isaac Greenstein. Shkoyach. Our one and only Yossi Saunders is in America. It looks good over there in this place. It's a Geschmack ice cream store. Frozen custard. Concrete. I want to eat concrete. What is this concrete thing? Wow. Met Chaim Kirshner from Thomas River. Ira Torah v'Begashmiyos. Thomas River in Lakewood. He was in Shir live the other way. I love this kind of ice cream. It's very hard to find in America. The soft vanilla with the custard. Shalom Aleichem Tzadik. I hope I didn't disturb your davening over there. How are you? This is in Hebrew, so I'm not going to read it, but Mordechai Cohn from Bet Shemesh is on a flight the other day doing the daf. It looks like this is when I didn't have my jacket. I lost my jacket. I left it on in the airport somewhere. So this was in Park City. This was a few weeks ago. Got to catch up. I didn't chab that Avram Zuraf, he's the one from Kiryat Sefer who won the last raffle. Her support is a catalyst for my ability to learn the daf consistently. Catalyst means propel.
We're good.
No, somebody wrote me that he didn't go to Punisher and he doesn't know what the word is.
Catalyst doesn't know?
Yeah, I'm not.
Basic.
Hi, Rebelli. I've been meaning to email for some time. I met you when you were in the Valley, even though I'm from New Jersey, when I was visiting a friend in LA. I want to thank you publicly for allowing me into the world of Daf Yomi. I always thought it was a bit much to do a daf, but you make it enjoyable. Also, the love you show each Jew is remarkable. The Achdus exemplifies is really beautiful. I grew up in a house where, yes, my father went everywhere from Mir to Telz, receiving smicha from Rav Ruderman Zitzal, but he still would drive up to YU to hear the Rav give the yard-side drushes to for his father. The point being, Torah is Torah, being in Washington Heights of Baltimore, Brooklyn. Has to be my wife and I are now in Eretz Yisrael. I don't think I'll make it to RBS. Visiting my son Yeshiva. We went to visit my nephew's cave in Har Herzl. He was killed right before Shabbos Parshas Chayis Sarah. While we were visiting his cave, his mom showed me that Binyamin Early is buried in the same row. If you can please convey to Binyamin's family our wishes of Nechama. I'll be so grateful. Binyamin, Hashem Yikim Damai, was killed just 8 days after my oldest nephew, Hashem Yikim Damai. Thank you again for not only being Marvin's story, but as importantly, being a force for Achlis and Klal Yisrael. Never did I hear in my house growing up about different kinds of Jews or how important Limud Torah was. I just saw the love that my parents showed for you. And then every waking moment, my father Zitzal would spend learning. He didn't preach. Continue that tzlach in your learning and being Marvin's Torah. Ari Leitner, and here's a video of Ari Leitner. And I want you to notice something, because I was like, okay, I'm going to turn this video off. It's the same thing. And then all of a sudden, a few seconds in, you hear what sounds like the shul on Rosh Shoshana. The Olam is starting to do tkiyas and all sorts of things. Trua, tkiyah. See, this is what people are hearing. Okay, so put the volume on higher, maybe.
What happened was that Shaltiel Sheshosli Kel, it's a lashon of Sheshosli Kel, that Nebuchadnezzar's wife, the queen, asked Nebuchadnezzar to do her a favor and let Yechonia be with his wife. So they lowered her into the pit. Now, even one person, certainly two.
All right, shkoyach. This is a very cool thing that Dave Sharpin put together. Basically, you go to WhatsApp, you put this on your phone, once you have this as a contact in your phone, you just type in Sanhedrin Daf Yud Gimel or Sanhedrin Daf 13, and the shir comes to your phone immediately. So as you're like about to catch a flight and you want to like download a couple shiurim into your phone, it's seconds. It just goes boom. You just put in any daf in Shas, from brachas till here, anything. And I don't know, different things. He says he's receiving funny requests, like what time is shir? So maybe he'll add certain things. But a lot of people write it with the wrong spelling, and they try to make up for that as well. So you should koyach Dave Sharf and just people doing things for the daf. Slides? I don't know if they have yet. What? Couldn't get the daf Burma. Okay. Rabbi Isai, the Masechta for a Shelaima for Yisrael Chaim Shmuel ben Alte Nechama from his grateful family. The Masechta for Atzlocha Baruchnius Ubegashmius. The Masechta by Larry Cohn in memory of Yechiel Moshe Ben Chaim who started learning Daf Yomi at age 70, for 32 years until he was nifter. For the unity of the Jewish people. Glenn Esterson, with love and gratitude from Wilmington, North Carolina. Thank you for enriching my life with Torah. Lili Nishmas, Zechariah ben Moshe, Lili Nishmas Chai bas Yosef is the first Parnasa Chodesh, and we have 4 more. Zchut Parnasa Birevach for Baruch, Tzvi, Nissim ben Shoshana, Leah. With Akaras HaTorah from Anonymous. Shprintzy Alan Gross, Shelaima ben Yitzchak, Isaac Zchut Levrach, Yom and Isaac ben Tzvi, Hirsha, Koy Zchut Levrach, and Refuah Shelaima, Yonis and Eitan ben Basheva Bracha. Leon Welcher, Parnasa Chodesh for the speedy release from house arrest of Ari Rosenfeld, Aaron ben Hinda Esther Gittel. Do we see him still on Zoom, Leon? I know he's on it. Does he send you things every day? Every day. Chayil of the month, sponsored by HYK Ventures in honor and for the success of all our clients. Yeshua Koyach. Parnasa Shavua, Elimelech Schoenfeld for Zchus for our family. Parnasa Shavua, may this Zchus merit a shidduch b'korov for Tzipora Bas Mindel Esther. Whoa. Alan Skorsky, Ludish was my father, Harav Tzvi Arya ben Avrom on his yard site. Parnasa Yoim. Let's do that again. Alan Skorsky, I have to have Kavana here. You wrote my Kavana. Alan Skorsky, Ludish was my father, Harav Tzvi Arya ben Avrom on his yard site. He's in Shoshana have an Aliyah. Lili Nishmas, our father Tzvi Dov ben Eliyah on his yard side, the Friedman family. The Shabbat should also have an Aliyah. Amen. By Rabbi Yaakov Bleich, Ukraine and family. Lili Nishmas, Hagun Tzadik, Rav Shavzi Shloimo ben Rabbi Yaakov Dov ben Zech Tzadik Livrochas. The Shabbat should have an Aliyah. Amen. Parnasa Yoim Yossi Kritzler, Lili Nishmas, my father-in-law, Yitzchak ben Avram. He completed 7 cycles of Daf Yomi. What is that? Close to 20,000 Daf. 20,000 days in a row. No, that can't be 20,000 days. No, 7 times 15,000. 2711. 2711 times 7 is 19,000 something. That's 19,000 days. Wow. For Zchus, for Eli and the whole MDY staff to continue to make Torah so enjoyable for so many, in honor of Yossi Klein and Mark Ashkenazi for all the work they do. Rabbi Isai, Murdika, kind of an Agadata type of daf. Sanhedrin, let's call it a Sanhedrin daf. They threw us a few good ones, to wake us up. And now we're back to Sanhedrin. Omar Rav Yehuda Marav, 9 lines from the bottom of Samach Gimel Amud Beis. Samach Gimel Amud Beis. Omar Rav Yehuda Marav, Yoidino Yisrael b'Avodah Zarah Shem b'Mamish. Klal Yisrael actually knows that there's nothing going on with Avodah Zarah. V'lo yovdu Avodah Zarah elo lahatru lahem arayis b'farhesya. And the reason why they did Avodah Zarah is to stoop so low that all of a sudden everything becomes mutter, even arayis. I find that, I don't know if it's a good mashal or not, but for me, the cults, when I read up on these cults, the Jonestowns, all these things, Leftar, it's all about, at the end of the day, it's about arayis and about money. You look into it. First thing, they take your money, and then it's arayis, everybody's allowed to marry each other, it's a whole, but it's lahater arayis. He talks about, he's Mashiach, and 5 minutes later, it's already arayis. That's bizman hazeh. Most of Rav Misharishu. Kishchor b'neim mizbechoisam. V'omer Lazar. Kodam sheyesh legagum al benois. The Gemara is going to ask a number of questions with the same theme, same answer. You're telling me that Klal Yisrael doesn't really appreciate Avodah Zarah. They don't like Avodah. They don't have a type of Avodah Zarah. So why does it say in the pasuk? It's like a man that misses his son. Your son goes to sleepaway camp. You miss him. Klal Yisrael misses the avodah zarah. They want to do avodah zarah. You told me they don't like avodah zarah. So that's the answer. We're going to see this answer a number of times. That once you try it, nobody likes drugs, but once you try it, unfortunately, it's very difficult to break away from it. Then you become addicted. Then it's like literally. Then you have gaguim. Then people steal from their own parents, and they do all sorts of crazy things to get that fix or whatever it is. Toshma, v'nosati pigreichem al pigrei gululechem. V'nosati, by me it says pigreichem. No, it says S. Let's see. Let's see. Chof. Yeah, it says in the pasuk v'nosati is pigreichem. Interesting. That's missing here. Anybody else missing the word S?
It's just missing the art scroll.
That's missing in the art scroll. Okay, so that, but the Gemara here usually fixes it. But okay. The English one and the Hebrew one. Machlokes English and Hebrew.
Pasuk says v'nosati yes.
Right. V'nosati is pigreichem al pigrei gilulechem. The Chayr wasn't written in the Gemara. We'll see it later also. Okay. We'll say it as the pasuk also. Fine. What does it say in the pasuk? I'll take your dead bodies and put them on top of the dead bodies of these avodah zarah, on gilulechem, on the avodah zarah. Robert, you had a shout out in the email. I read an email. You'll have to go back. Huh?
The show. I always listen to the emails after the show.
I'm sure you do, like everybody else. Omar Eliyo. Omar. I have a very gross picture. You don't have to look, but it's, Torah is Torah.
That's why I say don't touch wet paint.
Yeah, I'm serious. You don't have to look at this. There's a kid in Africa that's starving. And this is what the Gemara is talking about. It's skinny like anything, and his stomach is bloated. Tepuche, that's what it means. Tepuche rov, for kids that have very large stomachs from starvation. I could take that off. Pamachas motzal tinok shoyet tepuach. Eliyahu found a starving child. Umutul ba'ashba, he's on a heap of garbage. Omar loy me'izim mishpocha ato. What's your family? Omar loy mishpocha mi mishpocha ploinasani. I'm from this family. Omar loy kum shtayim ma'izim mishpocha. Is there anybody survived? Omar loy lav. Nobody survived. Chutz mimeni, I'm the only one. Omar loy. If I teach you something that will keep you alive, do you want to learn? Omar loy hein. Yes. Omar loy emor b'chol yoyim shma Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Like, I don't know what it is, the Panovich Rav, some say it's Rebbe this, went into the ministries, silver, go on Google, they say it's the Panovich Rav. Laser silver. Machlok is Google and Nachman Seltzer. I go with him, huh? Both of them. Oh, and they went into a ministry. They asked for the Jews, and nobody. Monastery. They went to the monastery of Laser Silver and asked for the Jewish children, and of course they told him there's no Jewish children here, and he screamed out. Screamed out. It's one word. Can I just change it, Joe? What did he scream out, Reb Nachman? No, seriously.
It's way too high.
No, so go. Shema Yisrael. No, so you do it. Hold on, hush. Here we go. No. Go for it.
Hashem Echad. Singing, Shema Yisrael, Shema
Unbelievable. Omer Loi, huh?
Nachman did it better.
Nachman did it better. Who did it better? So he says, Hos. The kid tells Eliyahu, be quiet. I don't want to hear Hashem's name. What did the parent teach the kid? Didn't teach him this. What did he teach? This kid, this dying kid has a little tiny, they sell them in the store, like the pocket version. Like whenever you need a pocket, you go on the way, you need a pocket of a Zara. He pulls out his pocket of a Zara. He kisses and hugs this thing. His stomach exploded. And the getchka falls to the ground. And he falls on top of it. This is exactly the pasuk. First, you die on the ground. I'm sorry. You die. Al pigre gilulechem. You're going to fall right on top of the getchka. So you see how much Klal Yisrael love their getchka, they love their Avodah Zarah. What do you tell me Klal Yisrael doesn't like the Avodah Zarah? Answer the Gemara, Basad Aviku B'Ar. Once they were already used to it, so they couldn't get away from it. Tashma. This is the famous Gemara. The Anshe Knesses HaGdoila, they try to do away with Avodah Zarah. It was too much. Vayizaku b'kol gadol, the Anshe Knesses HaGdoila, in the beginning of Bayis Sheni, El Hashem Eloheihem. They screamed to Hashem. Maya Amor. What were they saying? Omer Rabbi Yehuda v'Teimer Rabbi Yonason. Bayo Baya. Says Rashi, it's like in Hebrew you say Oy. Oh, Rashi says. Oy, Oy. It's like a lashon of tsar. Hainu da'achar ve'lebeisa. This Avodah Zarah is what destroyed our Beis HaMikdash. V'kalilei chala, and burnt up destroyed our heichal. V'katlinu l'tzadike, and this is what caused our tzadikim to die. V'aglinu liYisrael me'irayu, and this is why we're all in Golus. What are we going to do? It's still dancing between us, this terrible taiva that we have for Avodah Zarah. It's not today. We look back. We don't understand it, but we can understand that there's such a thing called a taiva that makes zero sense, and we go crazy over it. But and here Rabbi said, listen to this yisoid, and this is yisoid in Yiddishkeit. Why did you give us such a taiva? The reason why Kadosh Baruch Hu gives us tremendous taivas and nisyonos is that when we overcome them, we get a tremendous amount of zchar. And if you notice the words here, we don't want it, but we do want it. And that's the Gemara's kasha. Don't tell me that Avodah Zarah we don't have a taiva for. We do have a taiva for Avodah Zarah. So what did the Anshe Knesset say? I don't want you. I don't need your schar. I don't want you. Answers the Gemara. Yeah, you're right. The Klal Yisrael had tremendous taiva for Avodah Zarah, but that's once they got involved with it. They weren't supposed to, but once you get into it, and then they get used to it, and that's it. What happened? Yosef Tanisa, they sat for 3 days and they fasted. Borach mean they davened. So a letter came down from Shemayim Daviksiv Bo Emes. It's a lashon of Akash Baruch Hu Amaskim. Hashem says that we should abolish lashon Avodah Zarah. Omer Reb Chanina Shema Mina Chaysamoy Shel Akash Baruch Hu Emes. The seal of Akash Baruch Hu, when Akash Baruch Hu wants to say something is a done deal, he writes the word Emes. I said yesterday that there's a Rebbe here in the Cheder, Mamish right over here. His name is Rav Reuven Eisenberger. And his son happened to be in the shir yesterday, like a 17-year-old. He says, yeah, that's my father, and other people here. So there was a whole debate if this is the right thing to do or not, but when a kid lied in his class, he wouldn't make him write, I will never lie again, right? Write the word emes 500 times. So does it help? Does it not help? And then there's a gemach that other kids wrote for you 100 times each. It's like, the emes gemach. And then if you get caught using the emes gemach, so you have to write another 500. The kids are... And then they said we should go and do a study on all the kids that I write MS if it's better. I see Levi Friedman staring at me. No, is this a good tactic for my school? I don't think so. I don't know. By us, you know what we do? We go, he's such a tzaddik, MS, just talk MS 500 times. We go like this, MS. And then with love, Levi, only with love. That's how we get them to say the MS.
So true.
Nofak, listen to this. Boys, you're gonna love this thing that Yoshi just did for this. Nofak kiguria denura. He came out like a fiery lion, like a cub. Bebeis kochak kedoshim. Check this out. Moirdik. He's mamish. He gets better and better every day. This is the Kodesh HaKadoshim. It's not such a cub. Those are the Mevinim know what that means. That's the largest of the large. But nevertheless, he never went to the safari. We have to bring him on the safari. So Zchariah tells Klal Yisrael, Hainu Yitzur David Zara. That you see over there, that's what he looks like. That's the Yitzur of David Zara. I think, if you think about it, the Kodesh HaKadoshim is the holiest place on earth. That's basically where the Rebbeinu Shalom resides, so to speak. And so the Zelum Azeh, what's in the Kodesh HaKadoshim? The opposite of the Rebbeinu Shalom, which would be the Yitzur for David Zara. One hair was removed from him when they grabbed onto him. He made a roar, right? No, the roar that you heard in Africa. The roar. Yeah. Sometimes you hear it in the middle of the night, but that was the first thing you saw. Tremendous distance. Scary stuff. Even this terrible Yetzer of Zara. Shemaim has Rachmanis on everybody, even the worst of the worst. He's going to cry like this. How are we going to overcome him if HaKadosh Baruch has Rachmanis on him? Amar Lu Navi, Zchariah said, should you bedudo the avra, throw him into some vessel, like no, not a pipe. That's in the brachas. We had a pipe. Over here, it's a dud, here. I'll show you what a dud is. Here, you want to see? This is a dud. This is mamish what it is. Take a look. Not a barrel. A what? A cauldron. Here you go. Put him in there and cover him with a lead cover. Check this out, Rabbi Isai. If you cover like that, you'll stifle the sound. Stifle. He screamed. This lion screamed like crazy. And close him up with lead, says Rashi, it's the most soundproof metal. The Shayev Kale.
So we use straight with lead?
Why? To soften the screaming of the Nechama.
Sure.
That's what you meant. The Siv. Bayorim is Zois. The Shayev Kale. I thought I said it. The Shayev Kale. Oh, deaden the sound. The Siv. Bayorim is Zois. Harisha. Somebody wrote me an email today. I said whatever. It's a long email. He met my father, and he says, "I'm a fan of your son." So my father says, "Oh, a lot of people told me this lately." So he tells my father, he says, "Did you ever hear Rebelli Shir?" He says, "I don't have time for this. I learned the whole day, and I give shiurim. I don't have time to hear." So he's like, see, the guy writes, it reminds me that you couldn't make it to the tunnels and whatever. You're like your father. Fine. But then I was thinking to myself, if my mother was alive, Aleh Shalom, she would probably listen, but she would have a heart attack from scream and scream. She's a medactic shenkamayu. She used to tell me, "Who's going to marry you with the English that you have? Like, what are these girls? They're going to think you're crazy. Like, how could you speak like that?" Yeah, if she heard, This Yetzahara. He threw him into the Seifa, this 3-saw pot. And he threw this lead stone into its mouth. What's fascinating is, and it's also Yisoid, not only was the Yetzahara of Avodah Zarah abolished that year, what else?
They tried.
Oh. No, that's it. The Yetzahara of Avodah Zarah is gone.
No, the other one, they tried to the right.
Oh, no, we're not on the right. No. I'm talking about something else. Nevuah was nizbattled completely. And why? In order, it's great that there's no more Avodah Zarah, but Klal Yisrael lost tremendously. When you have that kind of tumah, that kind of yearning for an Avodah Zarah, then on the flip side, you have that kind of yearning for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the connection to the Rebbeinu Shalom. So everything is mute, everything is lower. The taiva is lower, So then the connection to the Rebbeinu Shalom is lower. You need the tumah to counteract the kedusha. So yeah, a lot of people are nichshal in it, and then you had a lot of tremendous people that had nevuah. Once you get away, you get that away, and then you're missing big pieces, big parts of the way the world was created. Amri, Yechiel Moshe Ratzanu, since it's a great time now for Ratzan, and as I was giving shir yesterday, it came to me that I chap that when a person sits shiva, they say, it says in halacha that it's a terrible time. It's a ace, whatever it's called, the opposite of what? Ace din. That you have to be careful. Other people could die in the family. You have to mamish, like the Yetzer Hara is going crazy with this family. You have to be very careful. I forgot what it was. Certain things you're not allowed to do because, don't be misguided the Yetzer. The family is in danger. Mitzad Sheni, you have the Eis Ratzon thing. Me personally, I wrote this down and I never said this in shir, but I had a time where I couldn't sell a certain property. I was going crazy, and the people, they signed on it, and then they broke the lease, they broke the whole thing, which never happened to me. And then in the same property, it happened 3 times. For the 3 different reasons, what is going on here? And I thought, and then I was able to get a good contract. The same day that I got the contract, I sold another property. And this thing happened to me 4 times. I couldn't sell anything, couldn't go there, and then all of a sudden you have an Eis Ratzon, everything opens up. Other things also happen at the same time. I don't know if it happened to you, it happened to me. I know there's such a thing. There's this thing called Eis Ratzon. So if Hashem is already listening, let's chaparai, let's go. Eis Ratzonu. Birevach me'ayitzud aveira. Let's get rid of, let's abolish, once we're abolishing Yitzaharas, let's get rid of the Yitzhahara of Arayis. Baruch. And indeed, Imsar b'yadayu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, okay, take him. Just like you gave him the lion, here's the Yosef Arayis. Chavshut l'siyomis, they took him and they tied him up for 3 days. Says the Gemara, Ibo beis abas yoyma l'chayla. They were looking around in Eretz Yisrael for an egg. Lo yashkichu. In other words, the world will be destroyed without taiva. There will be nothing. Not even an egg coming out of a female, says Rashi. Even if the egg was already in the most advanced stage, it was ready to go, it wouldn't come out. Why? Because everybody, it's not just the male that needs a taiva, the female also needs a taiva. Even to push out the egg, you need a certain taiva. You need a certain chamimus, or whatever it is, that this Yetzer Hara makes the world go round and round. So you can't abolish the Yetzer Hara. So what should we do? So HaKadosh Baruch Hu, let's dial it down a little bit. Let's take 50% off. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't, it's all or nothing. So what do? They put this the makeup in its eye. Because they blinded the Yetzer Hara. So what it was? So you blind the Yetzer Hara of the Arayis. At least it helped for most of the world. Besides in the South, they say in America there's issues, but a person doesn't have a time for his own mother, his own sisters. That they were able to abolish. I guess in those days it was a stronger taiva. There's a goya who was very, very sick. This is, I guess everybody does this. Jews, not Jews. If HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives me Refuah Shelaima, I'll learn Shas, I'll start learning well, I'll start this. As I always say, you don't have to wait until the machla happens. Prevent it, preempt it. But okay, she said, listen, if she's going to if HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to heal her, everything in the world. In fact, she was healed. She kept her promise, and she went around doing every single avodah zarah in the world. No, just Moshe has an interesting shaila. A ger is gair kikotin sh'noila dami. Every ger is like a newborn. Can a ger have yichud with his own sister? He's a new person. Is he related to his sister? He's not related. Halachically, he's not related. And he goes on to say yes, but I think it's a nidan actually, because if halachically you're not her sister, then the problem with yichud. Okay. Zog the Gemara. Even shegila pa'ar, that's the avodah zarah where you relieve yourself. Sha'ala likmarim b'mei oivin. So she asked around, how do you do this one? Amrullah. So they told her, you eat a lot of beets. v'shoishim shecher, and you drink a lot of beer, and that causes diarrhea, umatrizim b'fonel, and then I don't know if it's a lashon of squirt out. It's a terrible, disgusting thing. You relieve yourself in front of the avodah zarah. Amra, mutov shetachzor ha'isha l'cholya v'lo yitavid avodah zarah v'kach. That to stoop so low and do that, I'm not doing that. I'd rather be sick than to do that avodah zarah. So, Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, he touches up. What is par? What is par? Why? He says that par means a princess kol hagdarim, to stoop to the lowest and not to care about anything in the world. Like similar, I think, a little bit to what's going on in the United States. Nothing, everything goes. Every type of isser, every type of thing, to stoop to the lowest of the low, to be mafkir yourself and say, I don't have any inhibitions or no limits. No, I have zero. It's a prikas all. I have zero. What's the word I'm looking for? Not boundaries. Erachim. How do you say erachim? I have no values. Zero values. Values out the window. That's what it's saying. Rebbeinu Shem, I have no values. Even to relieve yourself in front of a getchkin. The Riyama says, how did it start? He says it started from frumkeit. The guy was so into his avodah zarah, he didn't want to leave the avodah zarah, so he went to the side and he relieved himself on the side, and eventually he said, but I can't even leave for a minute. So he relieved himself right in front of it. It was actually like a frumazach. Atem Beis Yisrael Einam Kain. You Klal Yisrael, you're not like this. Now what? Hanitzmodim lebal pa'ar. You stick yourself to the bal pa'ar. Kitzomid pasel, like a closed vessel. By the way, here's what Yoshi did for pa'ar. Stam, it's like you're supposed to relieve yourself on the pa'ar. Nitzmodim is this. It's like this, medically sealed. Yeah, it's one. V'atem adveikim b'Hashem Elokeichem. You should cling to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Kishtei tomorrow is hadvukos zu b'zu. Like two dates that are able to cling to each other. I tried it out at home. It was very schwer, so I brought some dates here. I have good dates. Hold on. You want to help me out? You want to see if you could get two dates to stick to each other? You want? Yeah, you do. I think you do. How about you, Noam? Okay.
He doesn't need gloves.
Yeah, you do. I tried it last night in shear. They're very gooey. I'm saying he doesn't. I need, because I have to continue here. It's very, very pashut. We're not. I want to see what this dveikus zubazu is. Maybe in those days they had more. Here, take two dates and try to stick them to each other. You have to know how to do this. No, take two dates. Nice. Let's go. He's trying hard.
I'll tell you.
What are you doing? No. That's cheating.
Yeah. No, open it. That's how you stick them together. Gotta be creative. Try to separate it.
Hold one. Let's see you do it. Oh, come on. You smush them together. Mine are, look at this. They're beautiful. Look at this.
Okay. That's right.
No? How do you do it? What's the trick?
Mine are pitted.
Right. Let's go.
Here, if you put a magnet, one of these. Here. It was. Oi. Okay. What? Stop.
It's the whole shidduch system. You can't really stick to a date.
Oh.
Should I put it back in the box?
I'm gonna try to do my shake today. I love the dates in the shake. No sugar, just the dates. It's murdik, but stick a magnet in it is not gonna be good. Mistake. All right, Zog the Gemara. You got to cheat a little bit. Zog the Gemara, b'masnisin Torah, and it's smodin l'bal par, but in the Bryce it says different. And it's smodin l'bal par, kitzam d'isha, that it's only like a bracelet on a woman. A bracelet is not very tight; it's loose. Vatem adveikim b'Hashem elikeichem, but dveikus takodesh baruch hu is dvukim mamish. Yes, you have a problem with avodah zarah. You have an avodah zarah issue, but that's more like a bracelet. But when you're davik against Baruch Hu, you're much more davik. Tana Rabbanan, Ma'aseh b'Savita ben Alos, Shizke Chamoiroi l'Nocher Sachas. He was a taxi driver. He took the woman on the donkey. Kivin shegiel l'pa'ar, she passes by the par. Amar lo hamtin at shekonis ve'etzei. I need to go to the bathroom. La'achas yotzas. Amar lo afa'at amtini at shekonis ve'etzei. I also want to do pa'ar. Which brought, if you're here in Eretz Yisrael, sometimes it happens. It's Narvayim. I ordered a taxi at 3 a.m. The guy comes late. You know, you're looking, you get up early. You're looking at your flight. Am I going to make it? Okay, he comes 10 minutes late. We're driving down. All of a sudden, without telling me, he pulls off into the gas station. Are you joking? Come on. Dude, you're late and you're feeling, no, I got to stay the court. He's taking this woman on a donkey. He's passing by. Come on. You're hired as a donkey driver. Let's go. What kind of business do you have to do? Pa'ar? What do you care? Listen to this. He used the avodah zarah as toilet paper. He decided he's going to be Oiber Chacham. He's going to give a bezayin. How do you do par? What's par? Par is to embarrass it. There's nothing greater, no greater embarrassment to use it as a toilet paper on its nose. But it didn't work out very well because the priest there said, "Wow, we've never seen something so beautiful." Wow, you did even better than anybody else. That's what you do when you relieve yourself to the avodah zarah. Even if you have kavana to give it a busha, it's chayv misa, because that's exactly what the avodah zarah is. Hazar kevin l'markulas you avodah zarah, throwing a stone at a markulas, that's the way to worship it. Even if you try to stone it, you're supposed to throw the stone next to it, not on it, at it. You still chayv. Rav Nash was going to Torah. So Amr lo avodah zarah he the koyach. This is avodah zarah over here. Shokal pisa shadabei. So he took a piece of dirt and threw it at avodah zarah. Amar lo, markulasi. What are you doing? Why are you throwing it at avodah zarah? You're not supposed to throw things at it. Amar lo, hazariak even the markulisnan. It says a stone, not dirt. Also shalabei midrasha. So he went to ask in the base manager. Amar lo, hazariak even markulisnan. Avagadim kavan mirgamei. But it says even if you mean to do something to hurt it, so you throw it at it, you're chayiv. So maybe I should remove it. Explains Rashi, why should I remove it? You can't undo the bad. But you know what? I don't want to be associated with this avodah zarah. I want people to point. You see that piece of dirt over there? That an Amira threw at it. No. Amrlei, you have a problem. But when makulas, even if you remove a stone, you're also chayiv. Why? You're making more room for more stones. You're involved in the just stop, move away from it, and do tshuva. Says the Mishnah. So now we're going to know what moilach is. I wasn't sure. Do you burn? The machlokes Rishonim, does the kid get burnt? Not burnt? Today we're going to have a better understanding what happened there. In between, but is it a barbecue in between, or he walks out nice and healthy? Says the pasuk. So there's two things here we're going to see. This is titain, to give it, and lahavir, and to the kid goes through it. Masar lamoilach, when you give it over to the priest, and he didn't put him through the fire, not yoitza. You're not yoitza da avera. Hever be'esh, if you put him through the fire, you didn't give it to the priest, let's say you did it yourself, you're not chayiv. You have to do two things. You have to give it to the priest and also through the fire. Says the Gemara, so Bayos talks about avodah zarah, So what's going on here? Is what is Moilech? We understood until now that a Moilech is a type of avodah zarah. In fact, we're going to see no. Omar Rebavin Tnan Command Omar Moilech Lavad avodah zarah. It's not even avodah zarah. What is it? It's more like a kishuf. If a person brings his son to, let's say, Markulis and burns him over there through the Markulis, you're chayiv. No, you're mixing things up. If you bring him to the Moilech, which is a lashon of kingdom, then you're chayiv. Shalei Moilech Potter. What's pshat? We'll see. Omar Abai, Rebbe Elazar, Rebbe Shimon, Rebbe Chanina ben Atignus, Amr Davar Echad. Rebbe Elazar, Rebbe Shimon know that Amar, and if you bring your son to a non-Moilech avodah zarah, you're not chayiv. Rebbe Chanina ben Atignus, the Sanya. Rebbe Chanina ben Atignus, no, but Nemat Tov Torah lashon Moilech. Why is it called Moilech? A lashon of a king, a person that rules. If you take anything, you take this date, this magnet, you say this date is avodah zarah. It doesn't matter what it is. Afilu tzror, afilu kesam, even a simple thing like a stone. Rav Amar, no, moilech arai ike benayu. According to Rav Elazar Shimon, you're not chayav until it's something very, very substantial. It's something permanent, not a joke, not a stone, a toothpick. Turning to the daf. Innovations I'll see in honor of Cohn Pressman, officials, and thank you to Rebbe Stefansky. Adar Global, experts in international financial services. I love this because it's 5 words. It's geschmack. We can move on. Anonymous. L'schus Refuah Tinoik Yechiel Yedidyo Ben Nechama Shendel. Omer Rabbi Yanai. Einoi Chai.
Then they speak up during shift.
You know what? 10 words. We'll give you 10 words. Omer Rabbi Yanai Einoi Chai Vachim Sireno LeKimorim. If a person takes his own son and puts him through the fire, not chayev. You have to give him over to the priest. You give it over, what if you didn't give him over to the priest, you just brought him through the fire? You're not chayev, because you didn't give it over. He gave it to the priest. But the priest never put him through the fire. Maybe he should be chayiv. You have to be able to bring him through.
Are you saying shlichus baraber?
No. It's when you give him over. That's when you're chayiv. They ask even better. It's 2 steps. It's a hazard for something that's going to happen later. No. It's as I give it to the guy, then I'm chayiv. Provided he does the rest. But it's not a shlichus. That's how you do it. By giving him to the komer. I hear what you're asking. Maybe if he gives it over to another avodah zarah, it has to be to the moilech. There's no fire. We're going to have pictures soon, how it looks. There's another pasuk. Let's see. Here. Has to be in fire. Malan be'esh, if kan be'esh, ma kan moilech, af lahalam moilech. Omer v'acham b'yiderova. Hevek kol zaroi potter. So it says over here, if a person brings all his kids through the fire, murdig. I love this one. Here, let's see. Check this out. You're gonna like it. He's bringing them through a fire. There's fire on the side. You see? They're not so happy. Those kids. Kol zaroi. Bring all your kids. Look at their faces, murdig. If you bring all your kids through, you're potter. If you recall, I asked the riddle, and l'chayra I'm wrong. I saw some Rishonim that want to explain a little differently, but I asked the question. It was a riddle, but my riddle is off. The riddle was, how's it possible somebody does an Avera, Issa writes he's chayiv misa, mamash misa, he gets skila, and if he does the same Avera one more time, he's potter. And the answer was, that if he has 2 kids, he brings one of them to the Moilech, says Chayiv Misa, he brings the second one, and that's his only other kid, now he becomes potter. It says Taisvis, check out Taisvis on the top. If you want, I'll just throw it over here. Vim Toimar says Taisvis. Mikama Mechayivle, what do you mean? How could he be potter? He was Chayiv Misa yesterday, how did he become potter for Misa? V'yeshloimar, ki goin she'en lo yelo ben echad. Taisvis says, the Pshat in the Gemara is he only has 1 son, he argues on my riddle. Oy she'avir v'vasachas, he had 2 kids, but he put them in the fire in 1 shot. There are those who might argue with this, but I'm retracting my riddle. My riddle that I said a a while ago is off according to this.
If the Baruch kills them, then it's not off, because then he only has one kid.
When?
He has two kids.
That's
the first
not
one
the
goes through Baruch and he gets killed. Then he only has one kid left.
Well, he's Chaim Misa. You got to kill him.
That's the riddle.
You can't get out of Misa, says Taisus. Once it's Chal, it's Chal.
Second one, you're not chai. Maybe
You're not Chai, okay, you're not Chai for the second one, but you're a dead man walking.
maybe it was a shaking on the first one.
Okay, so then it's not Nugeh, so then he's not Chayiv Misa. I said he's Chayiv Misa, Bez is going to get him. So he says, no. What's his Lashon? Mikama Mechayiv Le. 3 words. He's Chayiv, even shorter than your sponsorship. Mikama Mechayiv Le. He's Chayiv on the first one, Shalom. You can't get off of it. Hold on, let's go. Omer Avachem Rei Derava.
Double jeopardy.
And then what? On the Malchus? On your answering his Malchus thing?
Yes, he's not.
Yeah, I said, let's go weiter. Omer Avachem Rei Derava. Hevikol Zaroi Potter Shenem Mizaracha, from your children, V'loi Kol Zaracha, not if you do it in all your children. They asked Rabbi Yonason Eibshitz, what's Pshad? One of the priests asked him, it doesn't make any sense. You kill 1 kid, you get Misa. You kill 10 kids, you don't get Misa. It's not killing, putting through the fire. Let's say kill, according to Rishonim, it's killing. So he said, and it seems like the Rasha says this, that this guy's a Meshugana. He only has one kid and he's doing this. Then he's Potter. And the Marsha says something different. He says he's such a Russia that he doesn't get then killing him doesn't even help. It doesn't give him a kapara. He's a Russia Marusha. Like he has no soul. His only kid he puts through the fire. Tivshin Maha. Sorry, Birevach. What if the kid is blind? So what if he's blind? So he can't really walk through it himself. So maybe he should be Potter. It's not the derech. Yoshemau, he's sleeping. Ben benoy ben bitoymau. Are you over on your grandchildren? I can prove only 1 out of the 3 questions. Now pay attention to these words, because the Gemara is going to switch the pasuk in a second. And the Gemara is going to ask, why are you switching psukim? Starts out with this pasuk. Ki mizaroi, from his offspring, nosan lamoylach, he gave to moylach. Mata maloymar. It says in the pasuk already, we should not find anybody that puts his kids through the fire. I only know a son and daughter. Ben benoy ben bitoy minayin had I no grandchildren. Now instead of throwing in the pasuk that we started with 4 lines ago, ki mizar nasan l'moylach, all of a sudden the Gemara says besitoy mizare, a new pasuk. Okay, so it teaches me that you're not allowed to do your grandchildren. Let's say you take your neighbor's kid, you do him a big favor, and you put your neighbor's kid through the fire. Then you're not over. It has to be your own kid or your own grandchild. What's going on here? The Gemara starts off with one pasuk, ends with another pasuk. Says the Gemara, Drosh Achrinu. Good thing that you noticed. We tried to teach you something else. Zari only zera kosher. Zera pasuk. What if you have a mamzer son and you decide to do him a favor? You know it's going to be hard in shidduchim. Who wants to marry a mamzer? Let's just throw him through the moilach. Get rid of him. How do you know that you're over? Tamaloymar besitoy mizaroi, from anything. Now, we learned 2 things here: a grandchild and a mamzer. Says the Minchas Chinuch. That's why, if a person, here's a riddle: how is it possible a person takes all his children and puts them right through the moilach and he's chayiv? We said mizaroi, it has to be only some of your children, not all. The answer is they put all his children through the moilach, but he has grandchildren. Since grandchildren are also part of the moilach, so you're not potter until that's what he tainas. Omer Avidim. You have to do it like putting him through something. Hey chidami, like a car wash. Omer Abaya. I had Yoshi did a car wash thing and I didn't show it. Chaval, because it's 2 shiurim ago. I don't know, Avrem, if you could go into the Hebrew shiur, not the Hebrew shiur, it was yesterday's daf, like Samach Gimel. Maybe you could throw in the car wash somehow. Omar Abayo, how does it look? Struggle livnei b'mitzay. There's a row of stones in the middle. Nurem ha'agisa, Rabbi Isai, take a look. Gevaldik, here we go. That's that. Now, says Rashi. Where's Rashi? Here, it's a long Rashi, but Rashi says some very important things. Here it is. One sonata, there's 5 from here. Says Rashi, this shitas Rashi, ve'enoi sarfai. It doesn't burn him. How do I know? B'diktonim l'kamon, it's going to say in a few lines, hamaver atzmi potter. If somebody brings himself through the fire, he's potter. Well, if he's a dead person, of course he's potter. You can't kill somebody. Chayev means you kill him. Potter means you don't kill him. You can't kill him if he's dead. So obviously he walks out alive from this fire. Now as Rashi, a beautiful kasha. Salamandra, she smeared a salamander blood on him and he was fireproof and that's why he didn't die. What do you mean? You don't die anyways. The kids come out of it alive. Lav l'moilach, says Rashi. So according to me, I can't say it's moilach. Sefarvim, it's a different thing. And if you look at the Gemara over there, actually, it talks about Sefarvim one line before the salamander story. So it fits in, says Rashi. Okay. So the Gemara. Question: Is this way of showing a Rashi better than the other like this? We used to do something like like show where Rashi is and then on the side. You like this better? You like the blue? The Tzur Sadaf you like? You like Tzur Sadaf, but smaller letters. So I had an idea to do something. No, seriously, I'm not joking. I want to do like this: Tzur Sadaf, show Rashi, but also blow it up if possible, maybe on another page. Show where it is for all those who want. Here it is. It's in the top corner over there, and then but the blue is much larger letters. Okay, fine. We'll have to figure out something. It just came to me yesterday that maybe we should do this. Zog the Gemara. Rav Omar kimashvarta de puraya. Like on Purim, people jump over things. This is one way of doing it. You have a fire. It's not, but like this. This is how Yoshi. Now notice he jumped over. You can't walk over it. You have to jump over it. Says the Gemara. Tanya Keval Seder Rava. Nechayev ad she'avirenu derech avara. Havir beregel. But if you just walk through it, potter. You have to jump over it. But only for your own descendants. Okay, your son and daughter, Yechiel. Avimoy, they're not your descendants, you're their descendants. Your brother, sister, potter. Hever atzmoy, and this is what Rashi was bringing right before. If you bring yourself through it, potter. Reb Shimon mechayev. Reb Shimon says Yechiel. What's a machlokes? The Gemara is going to say because Reb Shimon uses the word b'cha that you're chayev on even yourself. Whether he holds that whether you bring your kid to a fire of another avidah, let's say Markulis' fire, you're still chayev. Reb Shimon Oimer, la moilach chayev, shaloi la moilach potter. It says in the pasuk, la moilach is dafka la moilach. Amol my time there Reb Shimon, that if you bring yourself through a fire, you're chayev. Amakra liyimotze b'cha. B'cha ba'atzmecha. B'cha means yourself. Rabbanon lidarshu b'cha. What do you mean? They also darshu b'cha. How come? How did they get out of this? If you lost something, and your father lost something, so who do you go look for? Who do you look for first? Shaloi kedemis, you look for your own. V'amrina my time and why? Amar Rabbi Doma Kro Efes Kiloye b'cha evyain b'cha. You shouldn't. Akash Baruch doesn't want anybody to be poor. There shouldn't be any poor people. So Mela, you have to worry about yourself. Don't worry about your father. Worry about yourself first. Here, Rabbi Isai, take a look at this for a second.
Oy vey, was a ruch is ehrlich.
Ah, no, this is in Hebrew.
Oy vey, it's very windy today. Oy.
Oh no! The loss of the Rebbe certainly precedes the loss of the student.
Rebbe, father. Okay.
On the other hand, it says, Efes ki lo yiyevecha evyon. We see that your own loss comes before others. Wait, but the Rabbanan do not learn the word becha as referring to someone who is maver atzmo lamolech. But maybe they will learn from the word Efes. Oh, I'm very confused. Rebbe, please help me.
I have an idea. We can press this button.
Cartoon. It says,
And there we go. Wow. Now we can go back to learning the daf.
Gewaldig. Efes Kiloye b'cha. Shaloi kedemis l'shel Adam. I'm laughing about you, not about Shaloi kedemis l'shel Adam. Awesome. Me'efes. They're not learning the word b'cha. They actually don't learn the word b'cha. They learn the word efes. Omer Rabbi Yosef Reb Chanina. Shalish creases b'avedazar lama. Why does the Torah say karas 3 times b'avedazar? So So then we're familiar with this already. Achas lekedarka to teach you that when you do avodah zarah in its normal fashion, you chayev kares. V'achas lekedarka, if you do it in a weird way, you're also chayev. V'achas lemoilech, moilech is not avodah zarah, so therefore I need a special pasuk to tell you get kares for moilech. Well, the man don't moilech avodah zarah, but if you hold that moilech is avodah zarah, kares for moilech. Lamali, why do I need a third one? Lemaver b'noi shaloi kedarka. Let's say you bring your son to another type of avodah zarah. I believe that's shaloi kedarka. That's how I learned it, and maybe I'm wrong. It may not in no. I don't know. Okay, I have to look at it a little bit better, maybe, because now I'm thinking. We said that if it's another avodah zarah, l'maver b'noi shaloi kedarka. What does it say by you in the art scroll? L'maver b'noi shaloi kedarka means another avodah zarah, right? Yeah. But we said before that if you don't know this, okay, according to this man Omar, what? Yeah. Well, the man Omar megadef avodah zarahi, and if you say that to curse HaKadosh Baruch Hu was a type of avodah zarah, that you sing to the avodah zarah, that's how you worship this avodah zarah, by singing. Kars b'megadef lamali. Why do I need a special kars? It's avodah zarah. It should be included in avodah zarah. Look at the sanyo. He kars the kars. Why does it say it twice? He kars by the bazeh. He kars la la ba. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to shorten your life in this world and the world to come. Divrei Rebbe Kiva. Amar le Rebbe Shmuel v'alik v'nema v'nichirsa. It says the third time v'nichirsa. According to you, the two are for this world and the next world. And what's the third word? Elo v'nichirsa by the mazeh kars la. You're right. It's this world, but the kars v'nichirsa is by the mazeh. Not he kars the kars. But the reason why the Torah says he kars the kars, that's not considered two. That's considered one. V'nichirsa, the new puzzle I just brought in, is the second one. He kars the kars is only equals one. Why? That's how human beings speak. Rabbi Sai, have a wonderful day.